Hi, it's Jenny D, and today's Real Funny Friends, some of my favorites. I'm absolutely geeking out. Everybody in the building is as well. You guys are taking lots of pictures today. But you've got, of course, Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes. They are going to be at Comedy Works downtown in Laramie Square. Or Larimer Square.
I think the people were excited because I think somebody downstairs was like, who are they? And then somebody else was like, I hear they're comedy people from olden times. And then somebody else said, I think they're probably going to die soon. Take pictures with them.
Whatever.
And that's why we got so many pictures. It was pity. It felt like pity photos.
I think, and it's funny because I invited Sheena too. She's part of our country station because she has the same like love of movies and stuff like that I do. We have the same sense of humor. And I told her the other day, I was like, I got to tell somebody. And I think that you guys do bring that because we've talked about this on the radio a little bit. Like we kind of grew with your characters, like every one of them, like the stories and it was a cult classic. It's still one of those that you can watch it today and it actually is still hilarious.
You know what I hadn't thought about was like when I was a kid, I watched movies about people that were older than me. So I was way too young watching Animal House and Stripes and stuff like that. So when I started making my flicks, like I didn't think I was making movies like that because I was an indie filmmaker and whatnot. I never assumed that people younger than me would watch the movies, and I should have because as a young person, I enjoyed movies. This is an aspirative experience when you're watching older people and stuff. So not only did we have the people who grew up with us like our age, who were like, oh my God, I was your same age when this all happened. I forgot that there's a whole generation like right under 10 years under us that grew up watching that stuff even more ardently than the older kids. The older kids we knew about because they were front and center. They were at the college screenings. They would go to events. But it was the kids who were younger that like, I stole this from my sister. My brother showed me this movie that passed it around like currency that have made our careers thrive, I would say, for at least the last 10 years. I think our shelf life was like over 15 years ago. But I think it was that second win that we've got off of what I'm presuming is your generation, because I know you're younger than me. So I feel like those you cats have kept us alive. People our age are done with this. They're over Jay and Silent Bob. You know, unless we have something to do with like, we meet a lot of people who are like, I went on a date with this girl to see Clerks as our first date. Now we're married and we have 6 kids. It's your fault. So like where you're tied in with their personal mythology and stuff. But oddly enough, it's the younger cats, the one generation down who watched Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy Dog on VHS. That are the ones that come out and see us today.
Yeah.
Like it's nuts.
Well, and we were talking, it's my nephew's birthday today. Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday.
But it's one of those where like in his 20s, like we can sit down and watch those movies now and then we all quote it together. Like it's become like a generational thing. So I think that your shelf life is way not even close to being over.
This is not to bring things down, but my mom died like a couple weeks ago. And so I've been going through it and stuff. And all in advance of her passing away this year, I've been buying a lot of like Rocky and Bullwinkle stuff. And I've always been a big Rocky and Bullwinkle fan. But lately I've been like, I spent a lot of time on eBay and Facebook Marketplace, like shopping for old Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Etsy.
Yeah, and Etsy as well. And I realized like after my mom passed, I spent the last like 2 weeks just locked in my office, buried in a script, trying to avoid the world and stuff. And I realized that all that Bullwinkle stuff was tied in directly to my mom, in as much as when I first showed interest in Rocky and Bullwinkle, I was about 15, 16 years old. I loved cartoons growing up, loved Marvel, DC. My mom never paid attention to that. Moment I said, like, one day I put up a Rocky and Bullwinkle poster, my mom was like, oh, Rocky and Bullwinkle. Like, why is this here? And I was like, oh, I just started watching it. You know it? She'd grown up on it.
Yeah.
Like, when the show premiered, she was like 13, 14 years old. So oddly enough, my whole life, and I'd never put it together. I wished I'd picked up a little sooner. I would have had the conversation with her. But I think she fostered my interest in it because of that, because she was like, well, that was part of my world.
Yeah, like I liked this
Yeah,
too.
like she was never once like, Scooby-Doo, like she was like, that's my kids watch. But this was she watched before she became an adult and had her own kids. And because of that, it was a bonding thing. And because of that, within the last 2 weeks, be buried in my office. It's been this like Faraday cage keeping grief away. It's been actually kind of lovely. But that generational passing somebody on means the world, man. Particularly if the children like their parents.
Yeah.
Like if you don't like your parents, it don't matter. But if you do love your parents, everything they shared with you, and when a parent shares something, it's generally a parent trying to be like, hey, I approve of this. I hope you do too.
Yeah.
To prove, that you're my kid. It carries weight and resonates through the ages.
And that's true. And that is 100% with those movies. Like, we know we can sit down and we can laugh together about the same things.
So wild.
Even and it's just a lot of fun. And he works at Chiba Hut too. I don't know if you know what Chiba Hut is, but he's like a manager at Chiba Hut.
So that movie would play.
Oh, 100%.
Man, when we made Clerks, like for years afterwards, I was like, wow, I had no idea so many people worked at a convenience store. But it took me another 10 years to realize Clerks worked and continues to play for people, even in black and white, even 31 years old. Not because everyone worked at a convenience store, it's because everybody has had a job they did not like at one point, and nowadays 3 or 4. And when you're stuck at that job, you do anything to not do the actual job.
Yep.
And chit chat is an oasis. It's a buoy to hold on to in a stormy sea of responsibility, where you just sit around and with somebody else and relate, because that's the root of everything, communication. So for me, now I understand, 31 years past its prime, I get, people like that movie, not because they all worked at a Quick Check or whatever, or Quick Stop or a 7-Eleven, but because they've all had that same experience of working for you don't want to work for.
Yep. And I feel like that's 100% correct. And you guys are doing, you said you're about to work on a new Jay and Silent Bob movie, which I love.
We do.
I really feel, and not just because Cozy's Denver's Christmas station, but I feel like you need to do a Jay and Silent Bob Christmas movie.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Says the guy
In
with
Denver.
kids.
Yeah,
Right?
in Denver. I mean, I could probably clear my schedule to be an extra on.
I'd be
a lot
down
of
like
fun.
a clown
Yeah,
for a
we-
Christmas movie, man.
I think the world needs one.
Especially if you get it right, Elf, Jon Favreau and Will Ferrell will probably never have to work again a day in their lives. They continue to do it.
Oh yeah.
But they could probably just eat out on Elf money once a year.
What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Scrooged.
Yes.
I love Scrooge.
Bill
Bill
Murray.
Murray being at his absolute most Bill Murray, but also, appealing to the old lapsed Catholic in me, the classic redemption story. Written by one of my favorite writers of the day. He's long since gone. His name was Michael O'Donoghue. He worked on the original 5 seasons of SNL. And it, it tells a wonderful Christmas story, just enough edge. You know what I'm saying? Perhaps when it came out, it wasn't edgy enough for some, but it's aged incredibly well. And I try to live my life like the last 10 minutes of Scrooge. He gives that big 2-camera monologue where it's just, this is what you should be. This is what. It's such a beautiful, moving speech that, when you watch it during the holiday season, you're like, yeah, we should try. Is something I always try to live my life like the last 10 minutes of Scrooge, man. You just went through a thing.
Yeah, I love that.
No.
How about you, Jay?
I would say I still like the old classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I've got kids now, and I try to get my daughter to sit down and watch it. And my son, actually, he's 2.5. So I have a 10-year-old and a 2.5-year-old. My daughter lasted 5 minutes and left. And then my son, he sat and watched a little bit of it. But of course, he was then like, come on, Poppy, can I have an ice pop? He's obsessed with
He just used Rudolph to get treats.
He
Yeah.
really was. He's like, I'll sit and watch this movie.
He's like,
So what you're
"This
saying,
must
he's
mean
smart
something
at
to this
2.5
old
years old.
man."
They both have already, even at 2.5, he's learned to manipulate me. I'm like, Poppy, if I take a bath, can I then have an ice pop after? And I'm just like,
He's
no.
a deal maker.
It's nighttime. You can't have one. You can have one. You know what I mean?
I always tell them,
Anyway.
I made that face. It doesn't work on me.
Yeah.
I'm immune. I built up an immunity to it because I have 11-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old
What was
daughter.
that like?
Oh, hell.
What's it like having an 11-year-old in the age of TikTok?
It's
Is your kid
very
allowed
difficult.
to social media?
No, not really.
Smart, good. Keep him away.
I try to keep him as far away from that stuff as possible. Being a single mom, it's hard because they'll go to their dad's house and they're exposed to things that I don't allow at my house. But you can't really do much. You can only just kind of control your. But I mean, she's into fashion and she's into I mean, she's a lot like me, only, and like she has a skincare routine. Like at 11 years old, what are you talking about?
My 10-year-old too. Yeah, she's almost 11. April. She'll be 11. But same thing. She's got like her cream at night.
Yes.
And
Isn't that
her
crazy?
lotion. And
She's like, I want.
all
Here's
that.
my list from Sephora. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do you think I'm El Chapo? Like, there's no, like, this is like $100 for a lotion. I'm
Which
like,
I did not know that. I brought her actually for her birthday last year. She wanted Sephora, and I said, "I'll bring you and I'll get you something." And she I was like, "But I have to like make sure it's not like." I asked the people working there, "Is this appropriate for a 10-year-old?" They're like, "Yeah, there's none of this in it, and there's none of that. This is probably good." Brought it up to the counter. It was like $90. I'm like, "Wait, this little bottle is
Yeah.
90
You said it was appropriate for a 10-year-old.
yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say, what is this 10-year-old's job? Like,
But it is the TikTok and the YouTube. It's the girls. But I realize like I keep same thing. We keep our kid her away from YouTube and the screens and stuff as much as we can. But her friends, it's
when
her
she
friends.
goes to school, and then it's
Or for-
everybody has this, everybody has that. I'm
Oh,
like,
like,
well, they also
my-
have two
for
parents
Christmas.
working. Like, I chose
come you
radio.
don't want
Not
that?
even
I
that
chose radio because it
reason.
was fun. I'm not getting paid. Like, I don't know what they could do, but
But it's not even. I agree, but I don't even think it's that. It's just for me. I don't want her sitting watching the YouTube videos nonstop.
it changes their personality.
Yeah, like she
Like, she
obsessed
gets very-
her brand. Like,
yep.
as soon as you like when we do give her like, hey, you've been great. We just did the Nutcracker, and you went to school, did ballet till 8 at night, worked really hard. You can get an hour of screen time today, and you know it's like, and then it's like, okay, it's been an hour and 10 minutes. Give it back. She's like, just 10 more minutes.
I just need to finish my video.
Yeah, it really is. It's
It
a
is
crack,
100%.
dude. It's
I
a
know.
crack.
It is.
You know what? We're not immune to it too. Like periodically, I will lose an hour just scrolling on Instagram.
Yeah, doom scrolling.
And not even sometimes doom scrolling. Sometimes just like, I didn't know you could make a cat do that. What do you mean? What do you mean she's getting arrested because she's drunk in a parking lot, but the car didn't move? Like that counts? Like it just becomes educational. And then all of a sudden you look up and you realize like, oh my God, like it's doing what it's designed to do.
Yep.
Suck your
Feeding
attention
your-
away.
it
And as
feeds
a
your brain.
creative, I would imagine it's the same for you. It's a double hit to your dignity when you've lost an hour just scrolling through other people because you're like, no, I should be making things.
Yes.
I should be telling a story. Why am I reading somebody else's story? So then it comes with a little bit of shame afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, you know, as an old school Catholic who, you know, had to work through the guilt of masturbation, it's reminiscent of that, where
Yep.
it's just like, I've enjoyed myself, but now I have to pay the price
Oh yeah.
with a little guilt.
Good old fashioned Catholic guilt.
Social
It don't go away.
media, masturbation.
Same thing.
Right.
That,
I mean, very
that-
much
Both
so.
shame.
I feel like that's the first time you're ever going to see those two interconnected so well, but it is good. So make sure you check him out. It's Jay and Silent Bob's Oral Sext Tour. That's SECTS. Check him out, comedyworks.com. Oh man, the number of bleeps we're going to have to do in this video.
I thought we were not on the radio.